Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so glad that you guys found me and decided to stop by. In this video, we are doing a makeover of my bathroom. Well, half my bathroom. This is part one of the series. We had a square bathroom and then a spare room on the other side of it. And years ago, we had joined the rooms together and then put a hallway in. We had built onto our house. We needed a hallway, and we couldn't have a teeny tiny bathroom, so we joined the two together. So now we have a narrow, long hallway. Or not hallway, narrow, long bathroom. Obviously, we have a narrow, long hallway. So this is one side of it. So when you walk in the door, this side is to the left, the other side is to the right. And in my area, the very country, rustic, primitive style was in for a while, so that's why it is done like this, and I'm just so over it. So this is my messy linen closet, which is what we call it, even though there are no linens in it. I actually cleaned and organized this not that long ago, and you cannot even tell. Yeah, I'm a product junkie. I passed it on, I believe, to my husband, who now likes his products as well, to a point. And on the bottom of this is the litter box. I'm trying not to scan down and show you guys that because who wants to see a litter box? But this door was, my ex had made this, and we kept it shut. And the hole, that way you didn't see the litter box as much and the cats could jump in and out. It cut down on the litter mess, all of that. Well, a little over a year ago, we adopted 2 cats from a local shelter, and the one, her name is Minxie. She is, I don't want to offend anybody, she is handicapped, disabled, however you would prefer to refer to her as. This is Minxie. When she was brought into the shelter by someone that had found her, she was all mangled up. Her tail was all bloody and mangled, and her leg was broken. They had to amputate her tail, and her little paw just healed like that. She, I don't think, has any idea. She does very well, but as you can see, it's bent. And she does obviously jump very well because she's on top of the fireplace as we speak. But I didn't want her to have to go in and out of that hole. I just, and I didn't want her little paw to get stuck on it because sometimes she does get it stuck on things. And so we left the door open, but it is very intrusive into the room, as you can see. So that needs to go. And when we had separated, when we did the remodeling of separating, creating the hallway, I guess you would say, the heating duct ended up being in the hallway, and we didn't want to run a new heating duct just to put in the room. So we just went with the electric fireplace, which is now broken, so that's got to go too, but I'm not even sad about it. This is the other side of the room. Look how cluttery. Oh, it's awful. That stuff I'm going to be using for the remodel on the sink there. But yeah, everything just collects, and I'm just so over it. You can see another cat back there, little eyeballs. Look at my mini blinds. It's so embarrassing. They are so broken from the cats. And honestly, they've been like that forever. I can't even remember when they weren't like that. It's just so crazy what we get used to being there and just ignore. This is the laundry situation. I have one for my husband's work clothes because they are dirty, and one for the regular clothes, and I hate that setup. My sweeper does not normally sit there, but I knew I was going to be using it, so that's why it's there. But yeah, look at this room. Oh, looking back on it, I just honestly can't believe that we lived with it for that long. But it's just crazy what you get used to in your life. And it's just time. It's time to go. So right now, what I am doing is just cleaning everything out, cleaning out the area so that I can, get started. So just moving everything out, getting stuff just out of the way, basically. The first thing I'm going to be doing is removing the wallpaper border. And I am not exaggerating, you guys, when I say this. I've done a lot of remodeling and makeovers and stuff like that. And this was by far one of, if not the worst thing I've ever had to do. Like, oh, it was so miserable removing. And if you've done it before, then like I know you feel me on this. It was awful. So I was just checking to see if anything was loose, to make it easy on me, and of course nothing was. So I had looked up online like how to do this the best way, and it said to take a knife and score it. I just used a steak knife from my kitchen. It worked like a charm, honestly, but I did get a little overzealous, I guess you could say, and did kind of score the paint on the wall behind it a little bit. So, look out, be careful, because if you get a little zealous like I did, that will happen. But to me, it's whatever. Once it was painted, you couldn't really tell that much. And honestly, my house is really old, so I'm just used to there being little imperfections, I guess, and everything not being super perfect. Plus, I have kids, so is anything ever really super perfect with kids? No. Okay, so I'm just rubbing a fabric softener solution. It's fabric softener and water onto the border. That's what it said online. My spray bottle wasn't working, so I just had to, make the best out of a bad situation, and I was dumping, and yes, it was messy, and it was not the best process, but it worked. It said to let it sit on there for like 5 to 30 minutes. I personally have found, trial and error, that it did the best after like 10 minutes. That way it was still wet enough that it scraped off in like nicer pieces. But if you let it sit for too long, then it was like you were scraping off like more little flakes of wallpaper, and that would have taken forever. So I wanted to give you this little clip in real time, excuse me, just to show you what it's actually like. Because I feel like when you see it in fast forward, that doesn't give you like the actual reality of how miserable this process was. My daughter's cleaning the litter box. That's what she's doing behind me. But yeah, I just feel like it wasn't, like showing it to you in fast forward just wasn't, it, it just didn't show you the way it really was. It was a long, miserable process. It took forever. I had to spray and scrape 4 different times. I did get a spray bottle that did actually spray. So it took me, like 2 days to get this process done. And, but yeah, 4 different times of spraying and scraping to get this off. I am not looking forward to doing the other side. Actually, like, it makes me just cringe thinking about it. But, it is what it is. It was worth it in the end. It looks really nice. But I can officially say that I hate wallpaper border. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what it was actually like. I did not put into this video the second and third scrapings, because at that point it just, like, it is what it is. Like, you see, you can see me doing this. I did it a second time and then a third time, and then I do show you the 4th time of scraping, but I felt like you guys didn't need to see those middle ones. So while I'm doing this, I just wanted to take the time to just, I don't know, talk to you guys for a minute. So I am a stay-at-home mom that is fairly new. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been licensed since 2001, and I worked on and off in that career for, since 2001. When I had my kids, I stayed home and then went back, and then, just, many different things. I've been working for 7 years, I believe, this last time, and then COVID happened and we had to shut down, and I ended up not going back when they reopened, and which I think was in June, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not going to get into the reasons why I didn't go back, but honestly, it ended up being a blessing because now I'm home with my kids. They are cybering this year just because of the whole COVID situation. And so, I'm blessed to be back home with them, and I'm getting so many projects done because even though I wasn't working full time when I was working, I was working Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every other Saturday. And I understand that that doesn't sound like a whole ton, I get that. But first of all, I live out, I live 30 minutes from my work. And so, you have to factor in the drive. And then, I was in the profession of beauty. And so obviously I had to take the time to, make myself look the part, I guess you would say, every day getting ready to go to work. And, that took time. So when you factored in, all that and everything, it was huge, like those days I hardly got anything done. So basically on my days off, I was just playing catch up, around the house and having to run to the store and everything. So I never had time for all these projects, and now I do. So I am just, I'm grateful for it. I'm happy where I'm at in my life, and, everything is just good. So, yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Biologically speaking, I have 2 children and my husband has 3. We are a blended family. So yes, together we have 5 kids. It's a lot of kids. We don't have them all the time. We have them on different schedules, but we do have all of them at the same time, just not all of them all the time, if that makes sense. But yeah, lots of kids. So that's, that's basically like a quick little catch up on my life if you're new to my channel or you don't know me. Yeah, so basically what I've been doing here is just getting everything cleared off the walls, getting everything ready to paint. Those hooks from the kids' towels, I leave up and paint around, which ends up coming back to bite me because we buy a wall-mounted fireplace to replace the broken fireplace, which was one of my best decisions that I've made, but it was bigger than I thought it was going to be. I originally had anticipated, so we had to move the towels, and so I had to go back and like patch, spot paint those areas, and you can kind of tell it's okay, like it just is what it is, really, like I said. But we had to use the wall mounts to put those screws, or to put the hooks in with the screws on the drywall. And if you are not familiar with having to put the mounts in before you can screw into drywall, they have like these little like teeth on them that hold on. And the only way to get those back out is to make like these large gouges in your walls. So honestly, I left the little mounts in there. I painted over them. Can you still see a couple of them? Yes. I filled them with caulking. Did the best I could, basically. But, it's fine. But here I am just, basically cleaning out the linen closet, just getting all of my crap out of the way. Lots of stuff, it just is what it is. Like, there's no excuse for it. I just have a lot of stuff in there. And I have to get it all cleaned out, excuse me, so that I can, get ready to paint. And thankfully, these shelves just lifted right out. When we bought this house, we didn't do anything with this closet short of cleaning it and stuffing it full of stuff. So, it needed a fresh coat of paint. It made a world of difference just to paint everything in there, give it a nice fresh coat of paint, everything clean and white and just pretty looking. And like I said, thankfully the shelves came right out, so that was nice. And you know, it really wasn't. It was a long process, but really that was only because of my own doing, because of the amount of crap that I had shoved in there. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, now you're going to get to see what I did with the shelves. And this is honestly, like, it was like one of the cheapest things, makeover wise that you can do, because I am just using contact paper. I got it at Walmart. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but it's contact paper. It really wasn't very much. And I just cleaned and then contact papered all these shelves, and it made a world of difference in this linen closet. I am telling you, it is kind of unreal how much of a difference this made. Like, it took the look of the linen closet and made it look so much more fancy, so much more expensive, and it was literally just some contact paper. So I highly recommend this. Okay, here you're going to see me. I am just sitting and organizing all of the contents of that linen closet. And yes, there was a lot. I was sorting through, I was getting rid of some, but I'm not gonna lie, I did keep most of it because they were still good. And, I am a product junkie. I love, like I said, did, I did hair. I love products. So, yeah, it's just trying to get everything organized, just organizing it into categories, shampoo, the actual hair products, lotions, soaps, body washes, just sorting everything out and then getting them into containers. But the containers you see me putting them in, honestly, are not what the things stay in. I swap things around a lot. I don't have video of all of it because honestly, it was just a lot of back and forth and moving stuff around and putting it in the linen closet, taking it out of the linen closet, moving it around the linen closet, just trying to get everything situated in a way that I liked. And it was just a lot of in and out and swapping around that I didn't feel like you guys probably needed to see. But, I just feel like it is satisfying, even though they didn't stay in these containers, to just, anyways, for me, like watching organization is just a really satisfying thing for me. So I left this part in, even though those aren't the containers that they ended up staying in. Okay, as you can see, I am terrible at showing things to the camera, but you do at least get to see enough that makes it important, I feel. These are sticky tiles. I bought them at Walmart. Um, they honestly weren't the best deal. They're in a pack of 4, and it was like $20 to $25. I don't remember the exact price. I had picked them up a long time ago, basically because I'm obsessed with marble. I just thought they were pretty. I wanted to see, I picked up a pack because I wanted to see how they looked on the wall. Did they look too fake? Did they look, whatever? And I just thought it would, when I was doing this, that it would add like a cute little accent around this closet. Because I don't like to put doors on things, that's why I made the inside look so nice too. Because it is such a small bathroom, I feel like doors just make it feel smaller. So I didn't, I wanted everything to look nice. But yeah, you could probably get a way better deal on Amazon, or you can actually, I've looked since. But that I had them, so I used them. I got them at Walmart. I don't know if I said that. I'm getting ready to do the floor. Look at the mess behind me. That is what happens when you do half of a room at a time and you just shove everything else on the other side. These are, I got these on Amazon. They are the Floor Pop brand. I'm just chuckling because I totally just, like, I stepped on that and it was obviously stuck to my foot. I am using liquid nail on this. I liquid nail some of them I didn't. I I started doing it because I felt like they are very sticky. Like, don't think that they're not because they are. They're extremely sticky. That's why I ended up not using the liquid nail once I like really got going. And I was just like adding extra adhesive because liquid nail is just that. It's like liquid nails. It's, it's tough, it's strong. And I just figured going over ceramic tile with the grout lines and everything, it wouldn't hurt. But being that this is our only bathroom, they're like, I only had small windows of time because obviously people were going to have to come in and be using the bathroom. And when you put the liquid nail on there, it it took a while for the tile to like set. Like it was like you could kind of slide it around a little bit till the liquid nail like dried. And I was afraid that with people walking on it, it would slide around too much, which in hindsight is kind of ridiculous because had I actually put a little bit more thought into it, um, once all the tiles were down, it wouldn't matter if they slid because there would be like nowhere for them to slide to, if you will, So hindsight tells me that I could have just kept gluing them, but I guess when you only have a couple tiles down and you can like visibly like squish it and slide it around, it just made me worry that like people walking on it would mess it up. But so I do stop using the liquid nail after a while, which, turned out fine. They're sticking just fine. I know they make vinyl rollers, like rollers specially for like vinyl tile to roll the floor so that all the sticky on the back of the tile gets adhered to whatever surface you're putting it on. I don't have one. I do what I call the sock skating technique, and that is to wear socks and to slide around on your tile. And if you do that long enough, you are going to push it all down and get it, all nice and adhered. So I had read a lot of reviews on Amazon about people complaining that these tiles did not that I can't think of the word, the print on them didn't all line up and match just right. And they do. Sometimes if you pay attention to what I'm doing, sometimes I would go to put it down and then I would turn the tile, because even though the tiles are all the same, you can flip it any which way, sometimes if you flipped it around, it just lined up better a certain way, and then the other sides would line up fine. It's almost weird to even say, but sometimes you just had to turn them a little bit so that they lined up better. But they will all line up pretty dang close. This clip, what we are doing is I had to, bring my kids in for assistance, which, my daughter was complaining the entire time. But we're putting, it is actually advertised as wall paneling, wall planking, whatever you want to call it. It is a tongue and groove system. But we had used it on the ceiling in my kitchen and I loved it. And I honestly didn't know what I was going to be doing with the ceiling in here anyways. And I had some of this out in my garage, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to use this. And honestly, I love it. I totally recommend. We liquid nailed the back and then I nailed it up also, so it was really stuck good because it is on the ceiling. But I didn't, I only showed a short clip of us doing that because it was a lot of, back and forth, going outside, cutting pieces of, cutting the wood and stuff. And it was just that, yeah, I figured I'd just show you a little clip and you'd get the gist. But, yeah, I actually originally when I, came across, well, I knew I had it out in the garage, but, I was originally going to put it up and I was going to paint it white. That was my plan. But then after it was up, I loved just the contrast and the wood look and everything. It just made it feel very spa-like. That's all I can think of. And I got that. I showed you. It's the Rust-Oleum stain and polyurethane in one. What you didn't see, because I did a crappy job of showing you, is it is an antique white. It basically left the wood looking pretty much the way it looked. It looks naturally, and just ever so slightly lighter. And like I said, it has the polyurethane in it, so I'm putting it on with a foam brush because of the polyurethane in it. I don't, you don't want to put it on with a rag and rub it in like you would, a stain without polyurethane in it. But to be frank, I didn't want to do it in 2 steps. So this is the way I did it. But yeah, I think I ended up putting it was 3 or 4 coats. I'm sorry, I cannot remember exactly. But it says, about like standing in between. I think because it was on the ceiling and I was doing it so thinly because I didn't want it to drip down, obviously, that I just would reach up and feel the wood. And if it still felt like rough, I just went ahead and put another coat on it. And honestly, that's just how I did it until it felt nice and smooth and looked the way I wanted it to. So I did not sand in between coats. It stuck fine, it dried fine, and everything is great. And I am so glad that I didn't paint it white because I love it so much. Okay, in this part of the video, what I'm doing is it's pretty, self-explanatory, but I'm just I'm just putting the baseboards up. I don't record the whole process. Please don't even look at the fact that my pants are drooping down. I am so sorry. I didn't realize they were that saggy, and if I could go back and pull my pants up, I would, but, I can't. So my apologies for that. That's totally not intended. But I'm just nailing the baseboard up, and I only, show you part of it because it was a lot of back and forth, cutting, measuring, getting that put up. But I go from this to I will show you the caulking that I'm going to be using. I'm going to caulk around the tub and around the toilet, and then I'm going to do along the baseboards. And my cat, he's such a baby. He wants attention all the time. I had already done around the tub and the toilet, and I had used a different product, but it was supposed to be bright white, but after it dried, it wasn't. It looked yellowish. It was driving me crazy, so I had to redo it. So I'm going to, put this up, and then here I'm coming in and I'm going to recaulk around the bathtub and the toilet, and then I do along the baseboards, which is one of my biggest makeover tips I can give you. If you put a little bit of caulking on the top of your baseboards, it just makes everything look so seamless and so pretty. It's one of the best makeover, like design, whatever you want to call it, tips that I can give you is to don't be afraid to use that caulking because it makes a world of difference. Okay, here I'm just showing you. I got these command hooks because I was not about to screw hooks back in for the towels again. So I got command hooks and I got this spray paint, and I'm just going to, because I don't want they look so cheap when they're white. No offense to anybody that has them. I was just looking for something that looked a little bit fancier, and this did the trick. They looked so much nicer with just a little bit of spray paint. I just wanted to show you guys what the fireplace looks like when it's on. I have since changed it to just yellow. It just seemed to fit the decor and everything so much better. But I just wanted to show you what it was like when it was on, but it put a weird color in the room for filming. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss part 2 of this and all my other videos that are going to be created. We have so many more projects to do. So thanks for watching guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.